Let's go back to Washington now, where Yahoo Finance's Jessica Smith is live once again on Capitol Hill. She's joined by Congresswoman Maxine Waters, chair of the House Financial Services Committee.
We are here with Chairwoman Maxine Waters. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
You're certainly welcome.
First off, I wanted to see if there was anything that Zuckerberg said today that reassured you about this going forward.
Oh, absolutely not. The only thing that he said that I agree with is that he will not launch Libra until the regulatory agencies say that they're ready to give some oversight to it and give some the word go.
Do you think that that could happen any time in the future? I guess what needs to happen in order for regulators to approve this going forward?
Well, I think there's a lot of work that needs to be done. Right now, I don't think the project Libra is quite well understood. He describes it as a cryptocurrency that will be concerned about the unbanked, and it will be a payment system. But, the questions remain about what kind of oversight will our regulatory agencies want to do? Will he have to comply with the bank secrecy laws? On and on and on. So there's much work to be done before those decisions are made.
Zuckerberg made the argument several times that if we don't move forward with Libra, if the U.S. doesn't lead, then China will. What did you make of that argument?
Well, I heard that argument not only, I think, from him, but from some others who are concerned about China. And this is what I believe. I believe that the United States is strong enough, that we have enough people who are smart about this kind of innovation, including maybe even Facebook, and the Libra project maybe is something that could be successful. I don't know, but I know this. I'm not worried about China. I'm not worried about our ability to be competitive in the world. I think we can rise to the occasion. I believe in innovation, but it's got to be right.
Do you think if this were any other company spearheading this, would you be more inclined to support it, or is it Facebook that is the problem?
Well, first of all, there is a lack of trust in Facebook because of the history and the fact that they've been fined. They have been charged with housing discrimination. We're concerned about diversity and inclusion. So there are a lot of concerns, and they have big data. They have so much data that people got to be concerned about privacy issues, on and on and on. And so it's not a matter of which company it is, it's your history, it's your background, it's where you're coming from. All of that, I think, has to be taken into consideration.
Do you buy the argument at all that Facebook is separate from this, that the Libra Association is independent, that Facebook isn't going to get the data?
I do not understand the organization at all. I do not really understand Libra Association from Calibra from Facebook. And I think we really do have to know what the relationships are, where the decisions are being made, who has the power, and where's the money going.
So what comes next? What is your next move here?
Well, our next move is to continue to interact with Facebook, pressing on, solving some of the problems and concerns. What is your plan for diversity and inclusion? What are your targets? When are you going to open up top management? Let's take a look at the board. We know you've made some moves on the board. We want to know when it's going to become more diverse. We want to understand what you mean when you talk about freedom of speech and isolating politicians and saying that they can buy ads without having facts checked, on Facebook. So we've got a lot of follow-up to do. We've got to interact with our regulatory agencies and see where they're making advances in terms of the work that they're doing with, experts and advisors that are coming in. So it's work that has to be done.
Facebook also says that it is trying to help the unbanked, the underbanked. What can lawmakers do? What are lawmakers considering maybe to help that situation if Facebook's not going to?
Oh, no. Well, we're already involved in dealing with the unbanked in so many ways. One of the things we've got to do is we've got to make it easier for them so that they don't have to turn to payday lenders, for example, that charge them exorbitant amounts of interest rates. We've got to make sure that they have products in the banks that people can easily have access to. So we're working on, and have been for some time, working on trying to educate, outreach, and get those who are unbanked more involved with systems that can serve their real needs. And so this is not new. I don't know exactly what he's talking about, but it's an issue that we have right in front of us and we're working on.
My last question for you,
Yes.
real quick. Is there any scenario where you see Libra launching in 2020?
No, I'm not going to even get involved in making that kind of prediction because I don't know what Libra is. I don't know how long it's going to take for us to find out and learn what it is, and regulators to make some determination about whether or not we can create laws for good oversight. And so I have no idea what the future timetable would be if, in fact, it gets done at all.
All right. Thank you so much for making time for us. We really appreciate it. We'll send it back to you in New York.
Jessica Smith and Congresswoman Maxine Waters, thank you both very much in Washington, D.C.
Hey investors, Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.